Let us write a program using conditional statement. So the first program that we will write is to find the greatest of two numbers, that is maximum of two numbers. Suppose I have two numbers x and y, then I have to find out which one is greater. So it's very simple. I have to check them, compare them. If x is greater, then that value is greater. If it is not, then definitely y is greater. Right? So if and else. So I have to just check the condition, that is if x is greater than y. So for this, writing this program will follow the same steps, right? We have used these steps in the previous programs also, that is taking input, processing, whatever the processing is there, then output, giving the output. So here in our program, what is the input? So we have these two values as input, right? So we have to take the input. Then process. Here we don't have any processing to do, just check the condition. Then output. In output, the same values, x and y, right? Either x or y. Let us draw a flow chart, then we will write algorithm, then we will write a program for this one. So first I will draw a flow chart. See, let us start. Flow chart starts. Then what is the first thing? Input output. So I should take two numbers. So I should give a message using input output box and say that enter two numbers, print enter two numbers. Then I should read the numbers. So here I will use variables that are x and y. The next, after reading these values, I should check which one is greater. So which one means, is x greater than y? I should check this one. So the condition block here, if, what is the condition? X is greater than y. If true, I will take this direction, and if false, I will take this direction. Right? So you can take any direction. So here true. If it is true, then what we have to do? Here simply we will display the greater number. So who is greater? If x is greater, then x is greater. So I should print a message that x is greater. So here I will directly print max number is, or max is x. Right? Then false. If it is false, then who is greater? Y is greater. So maximum is y. So print here max is y. Then after this is over, output is over, this itself is output. So in this example there is no processing, right? Then after this, end of the flow chart, so it will go and stop. So from that side also it will come and join this one. This is a flow chart for finding greatest or maximum of two numbers. Now the same thing, I will write it as an algorithm here, then afterwards I will write a program. So algorithm, I will call the algorithm name as max, algorithm max. Now begin. What I have to do? I have already shown you that these things directly you can write here, but if we have if also, so we will learn how to write if. So let us write down, first print enter two numbers. So okay, print enter two numbers, enter two numbers. Then read x and y. This is over. Now semicolons you want to give or don't give, that's up to you. This is your own pseudo code, right? Then afterwards, after this, if is there. So watch this carefully. If x is greater than y, x is greater than y, then if x is greater than y as it is I have written, then I have written then also. So it's a choice. If you don't want to write then, you can skip it also. But it looks like a English statement. If x is greater than y, then begin. So what is there inside if? We have to print this one. So print max is x. That's it. So this is end of if block. Now I have to start else block. So I need not write end here. I will write else because it's a part of continuation of if, right? If then else, right? Else what I have to do? Print max is y. So print max is y. Then after this say end. So from here if has started and if has ended here. So inside that only else is also there. So whatever is there before else, that comes under if. After else, this belongs to the else part, right? Then after this there is nothing, end of a program. So simply write end here. that begin and ends here. So this is an algorithm written using pseudocode. So here in this video we learn one thing, how to write if, right? And if you want to put the bracket, it's your choice. It's not C++. In C++ you have to be very strict. Now next we will write a C++ program for this one. So looking at this algorithm, I will convert it into a C++ program. So let us start. Here we know that we have to write down hash include, then using namespaces, then main function. So I will keep it ready. So this is ready. I have made the main function. Everything is ready. Now I have to write down this part, that is enter two numbers, read numbers and display. So for this I need two variables. So first of all I will declare two variables, that is integer x and y. Then I should take two numbers. So for that I should give a message. So for print I should say cout. So cout, enter two numbers. Cout, enter two numbers. The next, read two values, cin x and y. Now the important part, if and else part. So I will write down here if and else, if x is greater than y. So watch this, how to write it. If x is greater than y, then bracket start. So if this is true, then I should print that x is greater or max number is x. So cout max is x, max is, and again insertion operation, then x. So I'll remove these things. This is for if. Then else, again the end of if block, then inside else say cout max is y. That's all. End of this one, say return 0, end of the function. So this is the end of main function. So this is how a program looks like. I'll remove this. So that's all. This is the program. So there is a coding exercise available for this one. Do this coding exercise. Then after that you will find a demo for this program. You can watch the demo and practice this one on your PC, on your machine. Do it by yourself. So this is the first program on conditional statement. So further in the coming videos, we'll find more and more programs on conditional statements. Let us see conditional statements. If is a conditional statement. Here I should mention the condition. If the condition is true, then this block will be executed. I will write cout hello new line. Now I must mention a conditional statement here. See, it is giving an error message that expected expression. So I will write 1. Let us see what happens. Run the program. Now, hello is displayed here. If I write this if as 0, if 0 means it is false. See, here I got a warning that code never be executed. Silence by adding parentheses to mark code as explicitly dead. But still I will run because this is a warning. Program will compile and run. Oh, it's working. It has displayed hello. It means -10 is taken as true. I can use this keyword true also. Now let us add a else block to this one. Here I will display a message cout by and L. Let us run this and see. Only hello is displayed, and here I am getting a warning that this code is not reachable, never executed, because I have mentioned true here. So always it will enter into if block, it will not enter into else block. And instead of true, if I write false here, then still I get a warning that this block will not be executed at all. This block will be executed. Anyway, I can run and see what happens. It will go into else block and display by. Yeah, it is displaying by here. So I can use constant values like 0 or 1 or any other number for true, or I can write keywords like true or false. Let us write a program to take the roll number from the keyboard and check whether the roll number is valid or not. So for that I will declare a variable called roll. and cout, enter your roll number, cin roll. Here we check if roll number is less than 1. Roll number cannot be 0, mostly roll number starts from 1 only. If it is less than 1, then we will say cout invalid roll number. Else cout valid roll number. So the common thing found mostly in on any website, if you are registering, they will ask for email. They will check whether your email is right or not. They will ask age or date of birth. If you enter a future date, then they will say, it will give a message that your date is invalid. So that is called as validation. So this is like a validation code. So after taking a roll number, just I am checking whether roll number is valid or not. So roll number cannot be less than 1. So that's what I am checking. If it is less than 1, say invalid, otherwise valid. Let us run and see the program. Enter roll number -1. Invalid roll number. Here is a message. Invalid roll number. 2. Enter. Valid roll number. This is a valid roll number. That's it. So you can try this program on your computer. So I suggest you to try this program by yourself. Let us write a program to take two numbers for dividing them, and before division let us check whether the denominator is 0. So integer a, b and c, I'll take three variables, then cout, enter two numbers, then cin, I'll read a and b, and I want to divide a and b and store the result in c. But before dividing, I want to know whether b is a valid denominator or not. Means if b is 0, division cannot be done. So if b is equals to 0, I'll give a message that cout division by 0. Means if I continue further, the value will be divided by 0. So I will not divide the number. Else, if it is a valid denominator, means it is not a 0, then we will divide and display the result. Cout C and L. It's a type of validation. Again, before dividing two numbers, we are verifying whether denominator is non-zero. If it is 0, we will say division by 0. Let us run and see. Two numbers I have to enter. So the first number I will enter 10 and the second number is 0. See, the error message that I got is division by 0. This is division by 0. I'll run once again. Enter two numbers, so I'll give the first number as 10 and the second number as 2. So I got the answer, that is answer 5. This is 5. So you can try this program by yourself. In this video, we'll learn about logical operators. Logical operators are useful for writing compound conditional statements. So already in the previous video, we have learned about conditional statements. Conditions, we can define some condition. For writing conditional statement, we use relational operators, that is less than, greater than, or equal to. So whatever the operators are, we can use these operators for writing the condition. So we have written some program in the previous video. Now, if I have more than one conditions, how to join them? Suppose I have two conditions, that is x is less than y, as well as I have one more condition, that is x is less than z. So x, y, z are some variables. I want to combine these two conditions. What is the method of combining them? So if I combine, then that will be called as compound conditional statement. So that compound conditional statement can be formed using logical operators that are and or. And not is used for negating the statement. Means if it is true, it will become false or vice versa. And or are used for making a compound conditional statement. So these operations are interesting. These are logical. For and in C++ symbol is double ampersand, and for or it is double pipe. You will find it on the keyboard somewhere near enter key. You will find this. You have to hold shift for this one. So this is a pipe. So these are the operators for and or. Now how they work? If I use and, how it works? See, it is logical. So that depends upon its truth values. So that we will see using a truth table. So first let us look at and. If I take an example from daily life, see, when we talk, we use this word and for joining two sentences, right? So what is the meaning of that and? No doubt we are joining two statements or sentences, but and plays what role? So let us observe that clearly. So I'll take one example. Through that I will explain you what does it mean by and. See, if I say that I am wearing black t-shirt and a cap. So I have combined two statements. So let me elaborate once again. I am wearing black t-shirt and I am wearing a cap. So two statements are there. I have joined them with and. So now you tell me what I said just now, is it true? Is it true? Let us check it. T-shirt, this is first statement. I am not writing a full sentence. I am wearing t-shirt. Then next one is I am wearing cap. Now these two are two different sentences, right? Next I will combine these two by using and. So t-shirt is one statement and I will write that word and instead of using operator, so that in C++ you have to use operators, right? Then this is cap. Now I have two statements, these two statements, right? Now look at this. I am wearing t-shirt, true. Suppose I am wearing cap, then also it's true. Then if I say I am wearing t-shirt and I am wearing cap, will the complete statement be true or false? It will be true if I am wearing a cap. Yes, true. Second one, I am wearing t-shirt. Yes, but I am not wearing cap. False. If I say I am wearing cap, if you see I am not wearing cap, it's false. So t-shirt is true, but cap is false. So now complete statement. I am wearing t-shirt and I am wearing cap. So the complete sentence is wrong. It's false. So this will be false. The next one. I am wearing t-shirt. Suppose I am not wearing t-shirt, I am wearing some other thing like a blazer or shirt, then my statement will be false. And suppose I am wearing cap, right? If you find me, I am wearing cap. Now, if I say that I am wearing t-shirt and I am wearing cap, so one of my sentences is true. Which one? The cap one is true, but the t-shirt one is false. So in that way, the complete sentence is false. Though one of them is true, but the other one is false, so the complete statement is false. So this will be false. Then last one, I am not wearing t-shirt, even I am not wearing cap, but I am saying that I am wearing t-shirt and I am wearing cap. Both are false. So then also my statement is false. This is the truth table. It is called as a truth table, right? So truth table for and operation. I have written and here. So this is truth table for and. So now we can understand. When and will be true, if both the statements are true, then only it will be true. If any one statement is false, then the result of and is false. So for preparing compound conditional statements, when you are joining these two, and if you are writing and in between them, then if this is true and this is also true, then only the entire statement will be true. If any one of the statement is false, then the result of and is false. So this is true, but this is false, suppose, then the result is false. This logical operation works on Boolean values, that is true and false only, right? And the result is again true and false. This should be very much clear for you, right? Now next we will see OR operation. So for OR operation, I will use these two only and I will just change this one. I'll remove this and I'll make a table for OR. Yes, it's ready for OR now. I have two statements. I am wearing t-shirt, I am wearing cap. Next, let me read it out. I am wearing t-shirt or I am wearing cap. These are two statements. I have combined them with OR. OR means either this or that. Yes, the word or now it gives the clear meaning, right? This or that. And means this also and that also, both. But or means this or that, right? So let us see how it works. So I will take these examples and show you. If both the statements are true, suppose I am wearing a cap. So I am wearing t-shirt, true. I am wearing cap, true. Both are true. So my statement is true. Yes, this is true. Now second one. I am wearing t-shirt. Yes, I am wearing t-shirt. True. Then I am wearing cap. I am not wearing cap. It's false. It's false. Now let me complete the statement. I am wearing t-shirt or I am wearing cap. So or means this one is true, right? T-shirt is true. So this is true. So in case of or, this is true. Now let us come to the second one. Next one. Third one. See, false. I am not wearing t-shirt, suppose. But I am wearing cap. So if I tell the statement that I am wearing t-shirt or I am wearing cap. So if I am not wearing t-shirt but I am wearing cap, then my statement is true because I said or. So this is true. Next, last one. Both are false. I am neither wearing t-shirt nor wearing a cap, but I am saying that I am wearing t-shirt or I am wearing cap. So none of them is true. Suppose none of them is true, then this is false. This is the truth table for or. Now how to remember this one? If any one of them is true, it will be true. This is true, so it is true. This is true, so this is true. Both are false, then false. So the difference between and or is, in and, if one is false, everything is false. In or, if one is true, everything is true. This way you can remember it. So it means, in this one, if I write or, right, in C++ program, if I write or, if this is true and this is false, then also the result is true. And even if this is false but this is true, then also result is true. If both are true, then also result is true. And when it will be false, if both the conditions are false, then it will be false. So this is how logical operators are useful for combining conditions. Mostly students get confused here in the beginning that to write two conditions, they write comma or they leave blank. No, conditional statement, two conditional statement using relational operators that are joined using logical operators. Then one last thing I have to show you, that is not. So I'll just remove this table and I'll show you not. Now the last operator, that is not. Not is used for negating a statement. Negating means if it is true, it will become false. If it is false, it will become true. So if suppose I am wearing t-shirt, if it is true, then not of that one means not I am wearing t-shirt. So really I am wearing t-shirt, right? True. But not means it is false. Not wearing t-shirt. So it is false. Next. I am wearing t-shirt. Suppose false. I am not wearing t-shirt. But I said I am wearing t-shirt. I am wearing t-shirt. Now if you make not of that statement, means not wearing, that is true. So it will be true. So if your statement is true, then negation will become false, and if it is false, then the negation will become true. This is very useful. So it looks simple, and right now it may look useless, but it is very useful. Where it is useful, I'll show you in some other topic. So that's all about these logical operators. These are used for writing compound conditional statement. We will see how to use them. In the next video, I will write a program and show you. In the previous video, we have learned about logical operators. Logical operators are used for writing compound conditional statements. We can combine more than one conditional statement by using and or. Example, and write a compound conditional statement and write a program on that. So what is the example here? See, let us take a example of working hours and leisure hours. So in a daytime, the hours starts from 0 hour to 23 hours, total 24, including 0, 24. Total 24 hours are there. Now in this, from morning 9 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock, these are taken as working hours. So if I draw a line for 23 hours, right? Total 24 hours from 0 to 23. Now suppose this is 9 o'clock, right? This is 9 o'clock. So 6 o'clock evening will be taken as 18 hours in a 24-hour clock. Morning 9 a.m. to evening 6 p.m. people do a job. So that job hours are from 9 to 18. So in a 24-hour clock. Now I want to find out whether hour given is a working hour or a leisure hour. So if I say 10 o'clock, it's a working hour. If I say 12 o'clock, it's a working hour. If I say 17 o'clock, then also it's a working hour. 18 o'clock, then also it's a working hour. So beyond 18, it's not working hour. So this is what I want to check. So for that already I have a flow chart here. Enter hour, read hour. Then if an hour is among 9 to 6, that is 9 to 18, then it should print working hour. Otherwise it should print leisure hour, means it's not working hour. Then how to frame a condition? That hour should be within this range, So when you have to check something within a range, you have to say it is greater than or equal to 9 and less than or equal to 18. So there are two figures you have to take, right? Greater than or equal to 9 means it should be on that side and on this side of 18. So let us write a condition for that. So condition looks like this. If R is greater than or equal to 9 and, so and means this is the operator use, R is less than or equal to 18, right? So it means in mathematics we write like this, R greater than or equal to 9, less than or equal to 18. So mostly students will be used to with this one, writing this form of it, mathematical form. But in programming, we cannot write the things like this. Actually, these are two different conditions, and they are joined together. So for both conditions, we have to write R. Both the times we have to write. And we have to join these two using AND. Right? So when you have to check the range, then you have to write and you have to write two conditions separately. Make it clear. So you will come across many times this type of conditions you will come across, right? When you have to convert it into a program, you have to convert it like this. So write both of them and join them with AND. So let us fill up that in flow chart. Then I will convert it into a program. So R is greater than or equal to 9 and, so I'm not using C++ operator here. In simple English language I'm writing, and R is less than or equal to 18. That's all. If this is true, it will print working, otherwise it will print leisure. Now let us convert that into a program. So already I have prepared a few statements in the program. See, this is the main function, and in this program we need first thing, that is one variable. So we should declare the variable. Then I have a message, enter R, then reading R, right? Reading R. Now I have to display either working or leisure. So here I will write on a condition, if R is greater than or equal to 9 and this is in C++, right? R is less than or equal to 18. Then I should print a message that is working. See, this can be inside flower bracket, but if you have a single statement, you can skip it. Then else, see out here, it's leisure, right? This is leisure. That's all. So this is the program. So this is a simple program using compound conditional operations. So in the next video, you will find one more example on this one. Then I have some coding exercises. So in some coding exercise, I'm asking you to write down just condition. And in some coding exercise, you have to write down most of the code in a function, right? Maybe you have to write down the things from here to here in the coding exercise. That is only conditional statement and then printing something. So there is a demo available for this one. You can watch that demo and practice the program by yourself. So we have already written a program using compound conditional statements. Let us look at some more example programs by using compound conditional statement. So here in this video, I will take one example and I will show you how to use AND as well as I will show you how to use OR. So let us take an example. Suppose I want to take the age of a person and find out whether he is young or not young. Suppose I am the program, then what is the input? I should know your age. Then looking at an age, I should say that you are young. So what is the condition? What age is young age? So let us say age from 12 starts at young age and last is 50. So before 12 is a child, or more than 50, let us say he is an old person. Let us take this one. So if you want to change these values, you can change it. I am taking the example like this. So I should take your age and check that it should be greater than or equal to 12 and less than or equal to 50. So there are two values I have to check. So how to frame the condition? See, if age is a variable, then it should be greater than or equal to 12. So greater than or equal to 12 means, so if I draw a line for age, that is for first year to, let us say 100 years of age, it is 12 years here. Let us say this is 12 years. So it's going in this direction, right? And it should stop at 50, right? So let us say 50 is here. So it should stop at 50. So it should be greater than 12 and less than 50. So here I will write in English, that is and age should be less than 50 or equal to 50. So here we use and both the times we have to say age. See, this is one condition and this is second condition. We are joining these two conditions using and. So first condition, age is greater than or equal to 12, and second condition, that is age is less than or equal to 50, and that are joined with and. So one idea I will give you here, when you are looking for the value that should be within this range, that is starting from this point and ending at here, then it should be in between these two, means you have to use and. Right? So here already I have a flow chart. Let us write a program. For that, first let us look at a flow chart. As a program, I should take input from you. The input here is age. So here input box, enter age and read age. Then I should check what is the age. So here I will write on the condition, if age is greater than or equal to 12 and age is less than or equal to 50. If this is true, print young, otherwise false, then not young, print not young and stop. So this is the flow chart. Now looking at the flow chart, I will write on the program. So let us write a program. See, I am not showing you an algorithm. Now you can write on the algorithm. I have shown you few algorithms. So you can follow the same procedure and write on the algorithms if at all it requires in your academic. Now I guess you are in a position to write algorithms by yourself. It's nothing but a simple language is used for writing a program, right? Now let us write a program. So for program, I'm not writing hash include all those things. So it's understood. It's there, right? Now let us convert this. So what is the first thing? Enter age. So it means there is only one variable that is required in this program, that is age. So I should declare age is which type? Integer type. Integer type. Right? We will not take 12.5 years or 12.75 years. 12 years or next is 13 years. So let us take it as integer. Then here I should give a message cout, enter age. Then cin, I should read age value. Okay. Now that condition part, how to write on the same condition in C++. If age is greater than or equal to 12 and means we have this symbol, then age is less than or equal to 50, then here I should print a message cout young. Then else cout not young. See here, I have not used flower brackets. I am not using these flower brackets. So if you have a single line inside if and single line inside else, no need of flower brackets. Otherwise, writing flower bracket is a good practice. If you don't have more than one statement, just you have one statement, you can skip it. So without flower brackets also you can write. And at the end, I should write down return 0. This is a common practice in a main function you should write. So this is the program. So you can type the program and test it. A demo is also given for it. And in the coding exercise, I'll be asking you to just write on the condition instead of writing a complete program. Just write on the condition. So coding exercise, condition part will be left blank. So you have to practice the condition. So just with that, you can learn how to write on the conditions. Let us write one more program. Same example. But here, let us say we want to know the person is child or old. He should not be young. Suppose example, there is some offer going on for children or aged people, right? So let us say offer is for children or aged people, not for young people. So whether he is eligible for that offer or not, let us write a condition, learn how to write on the condition for that. Then I will write on a program. So flowchart will be same only, just I have to change the messages, that is eligible or not eligible. So I'll make changes here and then we will discuss the next question. So let us frame a condition here. See, to be eligible for an offer, he should be a child or a old person, but not young people. So we have taken this one, that up to 12 years it is a child, right? From 12 to 50 it is young, and beyond this it's a old age, right? This is old age. Now in this one we have to see that the age should fall on this side to be a child or on that side to be a old person. So for these people offer is not there. So we have to check that age is on this side. If true, he is a child. Otherwise, age should be on this side. Otherwise means or. So age should be greater than 50. So in this, we are not looking for the value within a range. We are looking for the value that is on different sides of a range. So now or operator is useful. So let us frame the condition. So already I have a flow chart here and I made a message that is eligible and not eligible. Just I will write on the condition here. So the condition is, if age is less than 12 years. So equal to 12 years onwards we are saying it's young. Or age is, there is no space, so I am writing here, greater than 50. If true, he is either child or a old man, so this he is eligible or he or she is eligible. Otherwise not eligible. So let us write on a program for this one. So already we have this, so just I have to write on a condition and give a message. Here I will write the condition, if age is less than 12, or means double pipe we use, and age is greater than 50, then we will print a message by saying cout eligible. Otherwise means else. Just I have to give a message that is not eligible. That's all. End of main function. So say return 0 and end. That's it. So again, for this program also there is a coding exercise available. You have to write down this condition, write the condition. Just it is for practicing the condition. And there is a demo program available, so you can watch the program and try the program by yourself, and also PDF is available. And beyond that, we have few more coding exercises. So where sometime conditions is asked and sometime you are asked to write on the complete code. So read the coding exercise properly and solve it. Let us write a program to take the age of a person and check whether he is young or not. So for that, I will declare a variable called age and cout enter your age, then cin take age. The condition we have already seen that age is greater than or equal to 12 and age is less than or equal to 50, then we will say he is young. Cout young. Else cout not young. That's it. So this will check the condition. So two conditions are there. So this is a compound conditional statement. Let us run it and see. It's asking for age. I will enter 10 years. Not young. You can see the message here. It's not young. Age is 30. So the message is young. You are young. Let me try comma here and see what happens. I have given comma. It's a warning. You see possible misuse of comma because comma is not used here. We use compound conditional statement. We use logical operators here. If I am using comma, then the first condition, whether it's true or false, it will execute only based on the second condition. If the number is less than 50, it will work. Let us run and see. I am giving age as -5, which is less than or equal to 50. See, it is less than or equal to 50. I am giving 5, -5, young. I got a message that it is young, because first condition, though it was false, but the second condition it was true, so it has entered into this one. So it will check these two conditions independently if we write comma here. So comma is not used here. You should use either and or. So as per our condition, and is useful. Now we'll convert this program using or. Now let us convert this program to take age and check if he is eligible for some offer or not, like if age is less than 12 years or if age is greater than 50, then he is eligible for an offer. So I'll make a message that eligible, otherwise not eligible. See here, age of a person is taken and the condition is checked whether he is less than 12, means he is a child, or greater than 50, means he is an old man. So suppose the offer is valid only for children and old people, then see out eligible, otherwise not eligible. I'll run the program and mention age as 60. So I got a message that is eligible. I'll run the program once again and now I'll mention the age, that is 30. So I get a message that is not eligible. The person is not eligible. In this video we will learn about nested conditional statement. Means it is called as nested if. What does it mean? Let us learn that first. Then I will show you a program on that one. So let us see nested if. See here, this is a conditional statement. From here to here is if block and here to here is an else block. So this is an if statement, else statement. So if and else block. Inside if, again there is if and else block. Can we write like this? Yes, you can write. Depends on your problem, depends on your requirement, right? So inside if also you can have its own, again, if and else if required. And also inside else also you can write. Yes. Achha, one more thing. Can I write again if inside this? Yes, you can write if and else up to any nested level. So this is supported by C++. So that's it. In some cases, we need to write nested conditional statements like this. And most of the time, it happens to be here inside else block rather than if block. Mostly it will be in inside else block. If so and so, else, in else again if so and so. So we write like this. So we will be using this type of conditional statement many times in our program. So we'll come across them, right? So that's all about nested if. Now I have an example. So let us take an example and use nested if statements for writing a program. So for that already I have a flowchart here. So let me take example and explain you about the flowchart and the problem. Then I will write a program. Let us write a program for finding greatest of three numbers. Suppose I have three numbers as input A, B, C. I have this input. I want to find out who is having greatest number. Actually, these are three variables. In which variable we have greatest number? So let us check it. If suppose this is having value 10 and this is having value 2, 5 and this is 3, then which is greater? A. How do you say A is greater among all? Because A is greater than B as well as A is greater than C. So when A can be greater, it should be greater than B also. It should be greater than C also. Then we can say A is greater. So it means if A is greater than B as well as means and A should be greater than C, then who is greater? A is greater, right? A is greater. Just I'll write down here. It's not a C++ code. So if suppose A is not having 10, A is having value 2, then what happens? Check this. A is greater than B. A itself is not greater than B and it's not greater than C. First of all, it's not greater than B, that is false. So this is false, and even if this is true, then it fails, but this is also false. Achha, if A is 4, then this is false and this is true. This will be true. Then what is the result of AND? You know, we have learned about this, right, in logical operators. So false and true is a false. So A is not greater. Then who is greater? If A is not greater, then two are remaining. Who are those? B and C. So either B is greater or C is greater. Let us compare them. So afterwards, else, if B is greater than C, then B is greater, right? B is greater. And in this also else, C is greater. Just I am writing pseudocode like thing, right? It's not a program. So if A is greater than both, then A is greater. Otherwise, B or C can be greater. So if B is greater than C, we don't have to compare with A now. Just B with C among two. One is gone, right? One is gone. A is gone, right? It's not greater. So the who are remaining? B and C. If B is greater than C, B is greater. Otherwise, C is greater. So this is how we can check the greatest of three numbers. So already I have a flow chart here. Enter three numbers A, B, C, and here I am checking if A is greater than B as well as A is greater than C. If true, this should be true. If true, then print A and stop. Else means if this is false, then what is possible? B is greater than C. If B is greater than C, then print B and then stop if this is true. Else, if not, then who is greater at last? C is greater and stop. So there are two conditional statement, then again conditional statement. So let us see how to write on this in a C++ program. So I will write on a program here. So here is a program. I have a main function already written partially. I have three variables because we need three variables. Then enter three numbers, then read scene A, B, C. We are reading three values, right? Now I have to write down the conditional statements. If A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then I have to print, that is C out, just A. So actually I am not giving a message, just I am displaying a greater number, that's all. So on the screen only number will appear. Next, else. Inside else, again check if B is greater than C. If so, C out, B, else, C out, C. Now one more thing I have to explain you here. See, inside this else we have if and else. So there are no flower bracket because these are single statements. Now if just inside else, if is there, just after else, only separated by flower bracket, then we can write down this if followed by this one also. B is greater than C, then here I can say C out, B, right? And finally here I can write else and say C out, C. So this will be a nested if statement only. You can even write like this. So if I read now, if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, else if B is greater than C, else print C. So this is how we can write nested conditional statement, that is nested if. Alright. So there is a coding exercise for this one. So you have to write down these conditional statements in that coding exercise. Only this portion you have to write on, that is print this one or this one or this one, any one of these. Then there are more coding exercises. You have to solve them by yourself, all right? And the description is given in detail, just you study it, right? So it's not a complex problem, it is a simple problem. Read the question and understand it and solve it. And if you can't solve it, just give a message, I will reply you back. And there is a demo available for this one, so watch it and write the program by yourself on your machine, practice it. Coding exercise is just to make you feel confident on the topic and confirm that you have understood the topic. So that's all in this video. Let us write a program for finding the greatest of three numbers. I have three variables A, B and C. Then if C out, enter three numbers. Then C in A, B and C. Then I'll write on the conditions here. If A is greater than B as well as A is greater than C, then C out A. A is greater. Else if B is greater than C, then C out, B is greater, and else C out, C is greater. See here, without any brackets, see here I am not writing the floor brackets for closing the block. Here I am not writing the statement inside a block because it is a single statement inside if or else. So here the first condition is check. If the condition is true, then it will execute this one. If the condition is false, then it will jump onto this else part and checks the second condition. If this is true, then it will print this one. Otherwise, it will jump onto else part and display this one. Let us run and see the program. I'll enter two numbers, 10 and 3, 10 and 3 and 4. See, the greatest number is 10. I'll run the program once again. Enter three numbers. I'll enter numbers 2, 3 and 10. So 10 will be displayed, and that is C. Now one interesting thing we will see here. This program, how it is working, I will show you by debugging this one. So I'll put a breakpoint on this statement and run the program. This is a breakpoint. Just click here, it will add a breakpoint to that statement, and if I run, it will if I run, it will run up to this line. So let us see how it works. If I say run, then it's asking for three numbers. So I'll give the numbers, that is a 3 and 4 and 10. Now it is in this particular line, that is C in, it is reading the input. So once I enter input, then it will enter into this line. Now this has entered into debug mode. This is the first breakpoint inside thread 1. So it has stopped here. Now this is a debug window. You can see here the watch, which is showing the values of the variables. A is 3 and B is 4 and C is 10. If I continue, see, it has skipped the first if statement because the condition was false and has jumped onto this one. It has not entered inside. Even if I take the mouse pointer over these, it is showing the, even if I click these variables, it is showing the value of these variables. Value of A is 3, B is 4. So you can clearly see what is happening in the program with the help of debugger inside the debugging mode. Now I'll press F7 here, go to the next line, C. Now this condition also failed, so it has entered into else part and it is about to display this one. It is on this line, so it has not yet executed the line. If I press F7 once again, now it has finished this line and you can see that the output is 10 here. So that's how we can trace the program or debug the program step by step and see what is happening inside the program. We'll stop the program. So we have already learned about nested if statement. So we will use that in the program. So one example program is here. This is to check the nature of roots of quadratic equation. First I'll explain what does it mean. Then I'll show you a program using nested if. See, here I have a quadratic equation. A equation whose degree is 2 is called as quadratic. X square plus x plus nothing, that is 1. So ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. If it is 0 equal to 0, then you can find the roots. So then only it is called as equation. That is quadratic equation. We already learned it in the previous videos, but again I am repeating it. Then roots, what is the formula? Right, every student knows this one. The formula is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the formula. Now, if you know the values of a, b, c, you can substitute them here and you can get the root. And for getting the root, another time we take minus, we get another root. So actually we get two roots, right? Because this is quadratic. So two values of x are possible. Now let us come to the point. See, inside this root, if b square minus 4ac is becoming 0, if this whole thing is 0, then what happens? Minus b plus 0 or minus b minus 0. It's the same thing only. So 0 has no value. If b square minus 4ac has become 0, 0 has no value. Whether you take plus or minus, you get the same answer. What is that? Minus b by 2a. You get the same answer. Minus b by 2a. So that value is 0. So this means if you take both the roots are same only, because if you take plus 0 also, you get same answer, minus 0 also same answer. So it looks like this, minus b plus 0 by 2a or minus b minus 0 by 2a. See, 0 has no value. So both the roots are same only. So both the roots will be equal. Means this b square minus 4ac, if it is 0, then both the roots will be equal. That's it. Then one more thing. If that b square minus 4ac is less than 0, let us say, example, let us say we got minus 5. Do you know the root of minus 5? No, we cannot find the root of minus 5. So it means we cannot know the roots. Then what do you call if you have a root under root minus 1? We say number is imaginary. Imaginary. We don't know the answer. We cannot find the roots. So we learn two things. If that portion is 0, roots are same only. If that portion is negative, we cannot find roots. If it is positive, then we have two roots and they are not same. They are different. So that's what, look at this now. Look at this now. Discriminant. So this b square minus 4ac is called as discriminant. Let us say d, call it as d. Now if that d is 0 means roots are real and also equal. That's what I said, they are equal. They are equal. And if d is greater than 0 means they are real, but they are not equal. They will be different. Third one, if d is less than 0 means they are not real, they are imaginary. So if you have any quadratic equation, there are three different natures of a quadratic equation, roots of quadratic equation. They may be real and equal, they may be real and unequal, or they may be imaginary. So if else, then if else, like this we have cases here. So we have to do nested if. So let us write on the program directly. So here inside the program, I have variables for a, b, c, d and roots also. A, b, c for the coefficients of this quadratic equation a, b, c, and d is for discriminant, and root 1 and root 2 for finding two roots. Now already I have taken a, b, c three values. Then here first of all I should find out the discriminant. So let us find out discriminant. D is assigned with b square, that is b into b, minus 4ac, that is 4 into a into c. We got the discriminant. Next, now I have to write if and else. First one, if this d is equal to 0, this d is equal to 0, means roots are equal and real. So I will give a message, see out, roots are real and equal. Roots are real and equal. I will finish writing this. Then after this, I want to display roots also, that is minus b by 2a. So here, next line, see, here after this I should write and l, but there is no space, so I will write here. You can even write and l in the beginning of the display part also. So and l, what I should display when the roots are equal? Minus b by 2a. So directly I will write down here, minus b divided by 2 into a, and this should be in the bracket, and this entire thing also, if it is in bracket, that's better. So this entire result you get, right? Roots are equal, real and equal, then you get the result. There is single value, they are equal now, so it's a single value. This is inside if d is equals to 0. if D is not 0, then what it could be? Greater than 0, less than 0. So let us write for greater than 0, else, right? So here itself I can write on if D is greater than 0. So actually I can write flower bracket, inside the bracket also I can write, because just after else I have if, so I can write it here itself. Then if D is greater than 0, then I will see out roots are real and unequal. So I will write down this whole thing. Roots are real and unequal. Then I will display both the roots. So first is and L. I will display it in a new line. Then first root is what? Minus B plus SQRT of D. Then this whole thing divided by 2 into A. This is one result. Then again C out and L. This whole thing as it is, just write minus here, right? So this is for positive and this for negative. I don't have to write on this completely, already we have done it in the previous video, in the beginning videos. So that same formula you can write on here, right? Then at last else, just else means if this is not equal, this is not greater, then else. So here else I have only single statement. So say C out imaginary, right? Imaginary. Just I am scribbling here because there is no space, so you can understand this. Just say imaginary. So I guess you have understood how to write on this one. So write a program by yourself, and also there is a demo available. This is for displaying the nature of the roots as well as we are displaying the roots. All right. So that's all in this video. Let us write one more program using nested if. This program is to display grades for the student based on their marks. So let us study the problem first, then I will write on the program code. See, there are 3 marks from 3 different subjects, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3. We will take input as 3 marks, then find total, then find average. Then based on the average marks, we will display grades for the students. So if average marks are greater than or equal to 60, we say grade A. If they are between 35 to 60, less than 60 but greater than or equal to 35, we will say B grade. If it is less than 35, then we say it's a C grade. It's like fail. So I have just taken 3 grades. If you want, you can increase grades in this one. Now, how to display the grade? Just I will display grades, total and marks and average. I will not display that. Just I will display grades. Okay. So you can display total is so and so, grades is so and so, everything you can display. Let us write on this one. So for this, 3 conditions are there. So for this, I have to write nested if, right? So here is a program. Already I have written partial of a program. Marks 1, marks 2, marks 3 total are of type integer. Average is in float. Then enter marks of 3 subjects. M1, M2, M3, 3 marks are taken. Then adding M1, M2, M3, we get total. Total by 3.0, we get average. Why 0.0? Because you know total is integer, 3 is also integer. So we get integer division, right? So we get decimal part truncated. If we want decimal part, then typecast or other method is you can write 3.0. This is float, so the result will be float. If any one number is float, then the result will be float. Now here, let us display the grade. So first of all, if average is greater than or equal to 60, then C out A, just this grade, and also and L. So if at all you want new line, you can take that. Then I have only one statement inside this. Just I want to display grade. As I said, I don't want to display marks and average. You can do that. So for me, I don't need flower bracket. So just I'll write else. Else again, if one more condition is there. Now remember, this is within range 35 to 60. From 35 to 60, between means you have to take and. So I have to write 2 conditions. Average is greater than or equal to 35 and average that is less than 60. Then for this we will display B. So I can use double quotes or single quotes, anything. Single quote will be a letter, double quote will be a string, then and L. Then else means if it is not greater than 60, not between these two, then definitely it is less than 35. So when it is less than 35, just we will say C out, grade is C. So this is how we can write nested if. This is if, else if, then again else. So using nested if, we have written this program. It's a simple program, so you can write on this program by yourself. Now based on this, there are some coding exercises. You solve that. So based on the range of values, you have to do calculations or give the output. So there are coding exercises, read them properly and solve them. So there you may have to write on few things. You don't have to take input, right? You don't have to declare the variables and take the input. Most of the things are in the parameter, so you have to write on only this part. So do those coding exercises. So I have given you sufficient idea here. You can easily solve them. And there is a demo available for this program. You can watch that one if you are unable to write this program. And at any stage, if you want my help, you can just give a message, or in question answer section, you can write your message. Whatever the problem you are facing, you can make it as a question and post it. That's all in this video. The topic in this video is else if ladder. Already in the previous video, we have seen nested if. So that extension of nested if is else if ladder. So if you have more than one nested if, right? If, then nested if is there. Again, it's nesting if is there. Then it can be easily framed like a else if ladder. That is very easy for writing. Otherwise, too many nested if will create confusion for a programmer, and even the code will not be easily readable. So let us see how you can frame else if ladder for nested if. So here is the skeleton given here. Let us see this. This is if condition. If true, then these are the flower brackets. Something, whatever has to be executed, it should be here. Then else. This is the else of this if. Else. And inside this else, again there is if statement. So when you have if, the very first statement is if. I said that you can write it here also. So actually this is else separate, if separate, right? So instead of writing it as nested, I have written it along with else. So yes, you can write like this. So that's it. This is called as else if ladder. Then if, this is the block, right? And for this if, this is the else. Yes, this is what you should know. Then this if, this is the else. So this else belongs to last if. So if I show the skeleton for this one, it looks like this. If, right, just a rough sketch I am giving you. Then inside that else is there. This is else, right? Then again if is there. Again if is there. Then for it, else is there. I'm not writing it properly, just giving you the skeleton, right? Then inside this again if is there. If is there. And its own else is there. So this is how the body. So this is if, inside else, again if else is there. Inside else, again if else is there. So if you write like this, it looks very congested. So this is better. This looks like a ladder. So from here we can climb down, 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 down. So that's why it is called as a else if ladder. Now let us write a program using this else if ladder. So what is the program? I'll explain you. The problem is we will take a day number and we'll display day name. We'll take a day number and display day name. Means if day number is 1, then we will say first day of a week is Sunday, right? So Sunday. If it is 2, we will say Tuesday. If it is 3, we will say Wednesday. Like that, I will write on the program code. So for that, already I have main function written here. Day variable is already there. Enter day number is there. Then reading day. Now here I will write on conditional statement. So I'll remove this and write on. If day is equals to 1. This has to be is exactly equal to 1. So equal to symbol is used. Then here I will say C out Monday. So in short, I will write month. And here and L means go to the next line. So if at all you require, you can write that and L. Otherwise, you can skip it. We are going to just display one day, right? Not all days. Then if day is not 1, else, then what? Again if. If day is equal to 2, Then here I will print it is Tuesday. So just I will write Tuesday, that's all. And if you want, you can write down for a new line. Then if it is not a 2 also, then else if day is equal to 3, then here see out Wednesday. Like this we can go on writing. At last we can write one else. So suppose this is continued and at last else. Now for 1 through 7 I'll be writing the cases, else we can say invalid day number. At last, see this is the I am writing continuation part, so continue. For 3 I have written 4, 5, 6, 7, all you have to write on. Then after that see out invalid day. So this is the program. Now one important thing, how it works, that we have to understand. So that will help us to understand the next topic. How it works, let us see. If I give a day number 1, so it will come here and check it is day is 1. Yes, true. So it will print Monday. So it will not go into this else, means it will not enter into all these things, because this is the outermost else. All these things are inside this else, right? So it will not enter inside. So just check this one. It is true. That is enough. Next, if you give the number as 3, then listen carefully. It will check first. Here you have given 3, right? 3. Next line. Is it 3? No. Go to else. Is it 3? No. Go to else. Is it 3? Yes, 3. So it will print Wednesday. Then after that it will not go into remaining else part. So how many ifs it has checked? 1, 2, 3. So after checking 3 if conditional statements, we have found out that it's Wednesday. So work is more, right? So it should directly go to 3 and say Wednesday. No, it will not go directly there. It will check this one and this one and this one. It means if I gave day number as 7, yes, it will check all 7 conditions. If I give invalid number, then after checking 7 conditions, it will say invalid number. So this is too much. It has to compare a lot of conditions. Yes, in this else if ladder, it has to check all the conditions if your condition is lying at last. So if I say how much time it takes, means number of comparisons. If your number is bigger, then more conditions will be checked. If you give smaller day number, then few conditions will be checked, less conditions will be checked. All right. So this is how we have studied about it. Okay. So we have seen how it works. So from this we can understand the number of comparisons are dependent on the value that you're giving. Right. So that's all in this topic. So you can write on this program and you can test it. So already there is a demo available, and also coding exercise is there for this one, So you have to write on these conditional statements, okay? These conditional statement, if all these things. So the same thing you can practice it in coding exercise. And apart from this, for other things are also given. So you read question and you read the description of an exercise. You can easily understand it and you solve that one also. So that will give you confidence of writing your own code. And for the same, you can write on the program by yourself also. All right. Then in the next video, in the next topic, we will find how is it possible to directly go on day number 3 without checking these two, and directly going on day number 4 without checking all other conditions. So we will see that. We will see a faster method in the coming topic. That's all in this video. Let us write a program to take a day number and display day name. Variable I will take, and here I will say cout enter day number, then scene day. I am reading the value in this variable. Now if day number is 1, I will say Monday, or 2 Tuesday, so on. So let us write if day is equals to 1, then cout Monday and else. Now again I have to write on the condition. So what I'll do is I'll copy this and paste it here. This is for second day, that is Tuesday. I'll copy this entire thing. I'll paste here. This is for Wednesday. Third day, then it is Wednesday. Fourth day, that is Thursday. Fifth day is Friday. Sixth is Saturday. And finally, seventh day is Sunday. Else, see out invalid day number. So here is a code for taking a day number and displaying day name. Let me run this program. Enter day number. I'll say day is 4. So I got the result as Thursday. I'll run it again. Enter day number. So I'll enter day as 7. So I got Sunday. Here is Sunday. Now run it again. Enter day number as 10. So I got a message that is invalid day. It's working. Now one interesting thing I will show you. I'll put a breakpoint on line number 9 so that it will run up to line number 8. Then it will start debugging from line 9. So I'll put a breakpoint. Run. Now here is asking day number. I'll give the day number as 7, that is for Sunday. Let us check what happens. See, it has stopped at line number 9 where day is 1. Now if I press F7, then it will jump on to if else. See, it has came into this line and checking whether day is 2. Then checking day is 3 here in this line. Then F7, it is checking here in this line, that is day 4. Goes on. So it's checking all the conditions. Then next is 5 and then 6. Then 7, Sunday, then it comes out. See, it has checked all the conditions to reach 7. So this code is little time consuming because for reaching 7th day, it has to check all days from 1 to 7. This type of code is called as else if ladder. Now instead of using else if ladder, we have a better syntax in C++, that is switch case. We can go for switch case. So you can try this program by yourself. Type the program and run and see. I suggest you to make use of debugger. Short circuit. Let us see. See, if I am writing a condition A greater than B and A greater than C. Logical operation use is AND. Now let us understand what is short circuit. See, AND will be true if both are true. If any one is false, then the entire result is false. Suppose this A is not greater than B, that A is 3 and B is 5, so this will be false. And if this is false, this condition will not be checked. That condition will not be checked, so this is called as short circuit. And the same way, if I write A greater than B or A greater than C, now it is combined with OR. So when OR will be true, if any one of the condition is true, then it will be true. So if suppose this is 5 and this is 2, and then this condition will be true. And once this is true, it will not check this condition, because one condition should be true, that is sufficient. No need to check the rest. If it is checked also, the result is true only. So this mechanism done by the compiler is short circuit. I'll take one example and show you. If I have three variables, A is 5 and B is 7 and C is 3. And I is 5. If I say if A is greater than B and plus plus I less than B. Then let us see. This is 5 and this is 7. So this is false. This is false. So it will not check this condition. After this, if I print Cout I, then what will be the value of I? When this is not performed, so plus plus I will not be done. So I remains 5 only and the result will be 5. If suppose A is 15, then it will check this condition. 15 greater than 7. Yes, true. It is true. Then it comes here and it will also check the condition. So while checking the condition, it will perform plus plus. So this becomes 6. And whatever the result is, 6 is less than 7. So it will print the value of I, that is 6. So the point here is that in the second part of the conditional statement, never use increment or decrement operator. They may get executed or they may not get executed. Let us look at an example for short circuit. For that, I am taking variables A as 10, B as 5, and also I as 5. Here I write a conditional statement. If A is greater than B and plus plus I is less than or equal to B. Now inside this I won't do anything. Then outside this one I will say display I. So what happens here is, if A is greater than B, yes, this condition is true. Here the compound statement is made using AND, so both of these conditions must be true. This must be true as well as this condition must be true, then only it will be true. But if this condition is true, it will also check whether this is also true or not. So it will increment I. Let us check. I is 5 here. It should display 6. I am running the program. Yeah, I got the answer as 6. If I write this condition other way, that is A less than B, actually if you see A is a 10 and B is a 5, so A is not less than B, so this part of a condition will be false. As this is false, it doesn't have to check the next part of a condition, that is true or false, because here AND is used. If this side is false, then entire result will be false, because even if this is true also, the result is going to be false. AND means both the conditions must be true. But as this is false, so it doesn't have to check the next one, it can directly say false. So I plus plus will not be done and I remains 5. Let us check this. Yeah, here output is 5. You can see that the result it has shown here is 5. Means I is not incrementing. This I plus plus is not done. Let us try with OR statement. If I write OR here, and right now this A is less than B, so the first condition will be false. A is not less than B, so it will try to check the second condition whether that is true or not, because if this is false also and this is true, then the result will be true, because here OR is used. OR means any one of these two conditions must be, either this one or this one must be true. If it is false, then it will try to check for this condition, so it will perform plus plus I. Let us check this. Yeah, the result is 6. If I try to change the condition, if A is greater than B, and yes, A is really greater than B, so this condition will be true. If this condition is true, it doesn't have to check the second condition, because for OR, if any one of the condition is true, it is sufficient to say that the result of this entire condition is true. So this is true, it will not check this one, so I plus plus is not done. I remains 5 only. Let us run this and see. Yes, I remains 5. So outside the conditional statement, I have written Cout, so which is giving me the new value of I if it is updated. That's all. So you should be very careful when using increment decrement operation within the conditional statements, because if these statements are not executed, we may get different results. So short circuit is supported by most of the programming languages. You can try this by yourself. C++ allows a dynamic declaration of the variables. Let us understand what is the benefit of allowing dynamic declaration. See, we know how the memory looks like. The memory will be divided into 3 sections and used by the program. This is the place where the program itself resides. Suppose it's a main function. The machine code will be lying here. And here, inside the stack, the memory for the variables will be created during the execution of a program. Let us see, I have a main function here. If I am declaring some variables A, B, C of type integer, suppose integer take 2 bytes, then 2 bytes for A are given inside the stack, then 2 bytes for B are given, and 2 bytes for C are given. So this total block of memory, I'll just put a bar here to show that this memory belongs to main function. So this is called as activation record of main function. So it's occupying total 6 bytes of memory. Now suppose you have some conditional statements, and inside this, if you need a variable m, then instead of declaring a variable m here itself, if you declare it here, then it will occupy the memory here, just beside this one inside the stack. But instead of declaring here, if you require m only inside if statement, that is inside this block, after this, if you don't need it, then instead of declaring there, better declare it here. So what happens, once it enters into this conditional statement, it will allocate the memory for m, and once the block ends, this memory is gone. And suppose here again you have, suppose one more if statement, then inside this again you need one variable, that is x, that is temporarily inside this block. Then again 2 bytes of memories, same memory is allocated and utilized for another variable x, and that x will be there in the memory as long as this if is executing. So that is the benefit. The activation record of this main function will be growing and shrinking as you go on dynamically declare the variables and they go out of the scope. Once this block ends, this m is gone from the memory. So the small size memory can be used again and again by different variables. Whereas in C language, all the variables must be declared only in the beginning, and whether you are using them throughout the program or not, it doesn't matter. So some of the variables may not be useful throughout the program, but they will occupy the memory space. So that was the drawback of C programming. But in C++, you can declare wherever you require. Now one interesting thing I'll show you. See, sometimes we need some variable, let us say k, and to this we will assign some expression, the result, and we have the condition based on this k is less than something, let us say a. Suppose we have to write on the statement like this. Now this k is only useful for if, but I should declare it before and assign some result of an expression. So I have to declare it outside. Once I declare outside, it is there throughout the main function. I want this scope of this variable also limited to this block. I want this to be removed from the memory once this if ends. So how I can do is, I can write the same thing like this. Integer k assign some expression, then k less than a. Oh, I can declare the variable here also inside the block. This is the new feature allowed in C++, that is in C++ 17. Version 17, this is allowed. Even inside the conditional statement, you can have declaration, and followed by that you can have the condition. So the life of this k variable will be only limited to this if block. Once the block ends, this will be removed from the memory. If suppose it is declared here, then it will go away once the block ends. Now one more thing that is found very common in C++ programs is that inside the for loop, if we require a counter, then we declare the counter here itself, I less than some 10, I plus plus. We write declaration of this I here only, and this I will remain in the memory throughout this for. Once you come out of the for and you try to display this I, it is undefined variable. So this is the common thing found. So it is preferred to better utilize the memory. So you can write down efficient piece of code using C++. So you can efficiently utilize the memory in C++ with the help of dynamic declarations. C++ allows declaration of variables wherever you like. You can declare them instantly wherever you are using them. Whereas in C language, we were supposed to declare all the variables in the beginning of a program. Like suppose I need A, B, C, D, all the variables must be declared at one place. But in C++, suppose I have A variable and B, and I also need C, and I have to find some of them, A and B, and store the result in C. Then that I require, suppose inside some conditional statement, I'll just write true here, and here if I need C, then I can declare C here itself and store the result of A and B in this one, and C out C and L. Now this C is declared inside if, and it will remain only throughout this block. So in C++, the scope or the visibility of the variables is limited to the block in which they are declared. Let me try to access a C variable. Here I will say C out C and L. Let us see what happens. See, it's an error. Use of undeclared identifier C. You can see this message is appearing here, error message. So compiler is giving an error message that C is not declared, and I'm trying to use C. So this means that the life of C variable has finished here by the end of this block. I'll just run the program and see what it happens. Yeah, 15. It is displaying the sum of A and B that is stored in C. I'll remove these things. I'll show you one more. Suppose I want a variable C, in that I want to store the sum of A and B, and here I want to check the condition C is greater than 10 or not. This is the condition. Now this condition I have written based on this variable, that is C, which I have stored the result of A and B here. So I need a variable C only for checking the condition and entering into this loop, and after this, if I don't require C here, suppose I don't need C here after if, I have declared this C only for using it as a condition or inside this if block. I want C within here only. But in this example, I must declare C before if, then only I can use it in a condition. Though I don't want C in throughout the program, but when I have written it here, it will be visible in throughout the program. Now how to limit this C within this if block? There are two methods. See, one method is I can make a empty block here and I enclose like this. Now this C will be visible only in this block. After this, if I have to say C out C, let us see what happens. See, use it of undeclared identifier C. So C is visible only in this block. So if you want to limit the visibility of some variables, then you can simply put a dummy block. Now one more method I will show you how to use this variable to a limited scope. I will declare this variable C inside if. Yes, you heard it right. I will declare it inside if. Is it allowed? Just like if you know, in for loop we can declare the variable like this, and inside if also I can declare the variable like this. This is allowed from C++ 17 onwards. So this type of expressions are allowed from C++ 17 onwards. So this will be limited only to this if block. So if you have any variable declarations that are limited for this conditional statement, so you can declare them as a part of if statement only. This is an interesting feature. Let us look at switch case. This is a branch and control statement. It is just like a switchboard at home. Whichever thing you want to put on, you have to press that switch on. So it is just like that. So this is the construct of switch case statement. Switch, here you can write something, an expression or a variable, anything, but you can mention either integer type or character type variable or an expression. And for the different values of this expression, you can mention various cases. So I have example mention case 1 and case 2, and there is a space. Mostly people do mistake here, they don't give a space here, so they face a problem. It will not be a syntax error, but it works but doesn't give the result. Then colon, followed by that you can write what all you want under this case, then break, then case and break, and default is optional. So if the cases are not mentioned, for the other cases you can mention default. Let us see how it works. The value of this expression, if it is 1, then this case is execute and break, it will come out here. If the value of this expression is 2, then it will directly jump to case 2 and it will execute this statement and break and come out here. If you mention the value as 9 or 3 or any other number apart from 1 and 2, it will jump on to default, and at the end there is nothing, so it will come out of switch. So one important thing is, if you don't give this break, then if the value of the expression is 1, then it will execute case 1, followed by that it will execute case 2 also, then break, and it will come out. So it will execute both the cases. So for every case, you have to mention a break. If you don't need it, then you can skip it. So you should know clearly whether you need it or not. Otherwise, you make it as mandatory. Next thing, what all the cases you want, you can mention, and if you don't want default, you can avoid it, and you can write on default anywhere. It's optional. If it is written anywhere else, then you should have break followed by that. Now next thing, if it is integer type, then I can write cases as 1, 2, 3, 4. So if it is character type, then I can use cases like this: A in quotes, B in quotes. So if the value of character is A, then this will execute, B, then this will execute, and so on. So I can even use character labels also. So actually these are called as labels. So you can use labels in the form of characters also, where this switch case is useful. Mostly it is useful for writing menu driven program. For example, if I take the example of Notepad, in Notepad we will have the menu that is file. And in that file, the options will be there like new, open, close, save, save as. Now for each I can mention some code behind this one. If this is click, let us say it is 1. If this is click, let us say it is 2, then 3, then 4. So for depending on the value that is clicked, we can execute that particular case. If the case is 1 or case is 2, we cannot give strings here. You cannot write new in quotes here. So you have to use numbers or alphabets. So we can assign some codes to this. If this is clicked, do this work. If this is clicked, then do this work. So for every menu option, I can define the cases, and even inside a case, I can have again switch also. So you can have nested switch also. Like for file menu, one case, in that case again switch. If 1 is pressed, then new, 2 is pressed, then open. Like that we can mention the case. So menus are designed using switch cases. When we do that type of programming, we will see that. Let us look at an example using switch case. I will write a program to take a day number and display day name. Main. Here I will take a variable day and cout, enter day number, cin day, switch. See, whatever the value is given, based on that day, in case if it is 1, then cout Monday and break. Then case 2, cout Tuesday and then give break. Goes on. Default, if it is any other value, like other than 1 to 7, days will be there. Other than that, we can say cout invalid day. Close. End of a program. So this program will take a day number and it will display the name of a day, whether it is Monday or Tuesday or so on. That's all about switch case. You can type this program by yourself and you can test it on your machine, because simultaneously practice is more important. Practice will make you perfect on C++. So practice this one, and the next video is on the program, sample program. Let us learn about switch case. Here for explanation, I will take a variable and this value will be 1. Now based on the value of variable, I will write switch case. So what I am going to do is, if the value is 1, I will display 1. If it is 2, I will display 2, and so on. So I will write first case, case 1, cout 1. Then as after every case, I have to write break statement. So I have written a break statement. Then case 2, cout 2, then break, then case 3, cout 3, then break statement. I will also add a default option. Default, it's optional, I'm using it. Cout, I will say invalid number. End of switch case. Now after this I will add 2 and else so that I get some space in between the output. Now here you can see that the value of x is 1, so switch case 1, it will jump onto 1 and print 1, and break, it will come out of switch case. Let me run and see what happens. Yeah, 1. Here if I make the value of variable x as 2, then it will directly jump on case 2 and print 2 and come out of switch. Let us run once again. Yeah, it is true. So similarly for 3 it will work. If I give the value as 4, then see what happens. There is no option for 4. I have only 3 cases available here, so it has jumped on to default block where it is showing invalid number. Even if I give -4, it will go to default. So other than 1, 2, 3, it will go to default. Now let us see what is the role of break. If the x value is 1 and if I remove break statement from here, and this break statement, I have removed 2 break statements. Value of x is 1, so it will come on the case 1, and there is no break, so it will execute following case. There is no break, so it will also execute the next case. If I run the program, then I'll get the output as 1, 2, 3. All 3 things are displayed here. So it's mandatory to give break if you don't want the second case to be executed. So this is called as fall through in switch case. When it comes on to case 1, then it will fall through all the cases until it finds a break statement that will drag this control out of switch case. Let us check, can I write this default in the beginning or do I have to write only at the end? So I will copy this and paste here, and after this I will write break statement, and for every case I will include break statement. Now let the option be 1 only and see what happens. It's printing 1. If I give the option as a 10, let us see what happens. It will jump on to default. So default block can be written anywhere. This option can be written anywhere inside the switch. Let us use a debugger and see how it is working depending on the value. So I'll put a breakpoint here. So just I click here in Xcode, so it will add a breakpoint. So upon the number I have clicked, so it has added a breakpoint, and I will give this x value as a 3. Now I will run it. So it will stop here at switch. At this point it has to take the value of x and jump to the corresponding case block. So the value of x is 3, right? So it has to jump on case 3. Now I'll press function F7, that is F7. Now you can see that directly it has jumped on case 3 without checking case 1 and case 2. So that's how switch cases are faster compared to if and else. Same code I can write it using else if also, but switch case is faster. In else if I use the same code, then I have to write many else if, and it will check all of them to reach at this point. So that's it. In next video you can find some examples using switch case. Let us write a program using switch case for taking a day number and displaying day name. Let us say 1 is Monday, 2 is Tuesday, and so on. I will declare a variable day and I will say cout enter day number, and scene read the value of day from keyboard, then switch upon day. Then case 1, if it is 1, then say cout Monday and /n for new line, and then break. Then case 2, cout Tuesday and /n for new line, then break statement. Case 3, same way I will write on all, cout default cout invalid day. That's it. Now I have written for all the cases and also have included default. Let us run this program. So I have written for all the cases. And also have written default here. Now let us run the program and see. I'll give the number. Here I have to enter day number. I have given the number 1. Here I have to give day number. I'll give the number as 1. Then it is coming as Monday. Run once again and give the number as 7. So it is Sunday. One more time. 10. It is invalid day. So like this you can take some month number and display month names also. So you have to write all possible cases for that. 12 months you have to write down, and also if you want default you can include default also. And one more interesting thing you can do is you can take one digit and display digit in words, like 1 means ONE1, 2 means TWO2, and so on. For all 10 digits from 0 through 9 you can write down cases. And one more interesting thing I have to show you, that in between case and the case number there must be a space. Without space it will be a invalid case, so the compiler will not give any error message, but it's giving a warning that code will never be executed. So there is no case 1 now. Case 2 and 3 and 4 we have, and this label is not a case. It will be taken as a label. So it's giving a warning that code never be executed. So give proper space in between case and the case number. So you can try other programs. Switch cases are used for writing menu driven programs. Let us write one example, simple menu driven program for taking a menu option for performing arithmetic operations. So what I'll do here is I'll take a menu option, then based on the menu option I will perform a specific task. So let me prepare some program, then you can see. First I will display a menu on the screen, that is menu /n, then cout. First option is add, then /n. I will write in a single line. Then second option is subtract and /n, and third option is multiply and then /n. Fourth option is divide and /n. That's it. So I have written in a single cout statement all 4 menu options. Then here I will declare a variable option. Then I will say cout, enter your choice. Then cin, I'll read option from keyboard. Whatever the option may be, I will take 2 numbers and I will perform the operation based on the option. So for that I will take 2 numbers. So for that I am declaring variables, and also I will declare C. Then I will say cout, enter 2 numbers, so that operation can be performed on them. Read A and B. then switch based on option. If it is case 1, if he has selected case 1, then I will say C assign A plus B, A and B will be added and the result is stored in C. And if it is case 2, then C assign A minus B and result is stored in C. Case 3, then C assign A multiplied by B, then break. Then case 4, C assign A divided by B, then break. Now after this, I will say C out, result is, then display C and also and L. That's it. This is a complete program with me. It's giving a warning that C might have not been initialized, means if the option is not available, then C remains uninitialized. So ignore the warning and run the program. Now you can see that here is a menu and all the menu options are given. If I select the menu option as 1, then it will ask for two numbers, 12 and 3. And 3, result is 15. So it has added two numbers. If I run it again and enter the option as 2, and I will enter the two numbers like 12 and 3, then the result is 9. It has subtracted two numbers. I will run the program once again. Now the option is 3. I will enter two numbers, 10 and 2. So it is 20. It is multiplying them. So that's all. So that's how it is taking an option and performing a particular operation depending on the option. So there is a switch case, and this is used as menu driven program. You can see how the program is working. It is giving a menu and asking us to select one of the option from the menu. If I select 4, then it is asking two numbers, 10 and 5, and it is giving the result depending on the option given. Fourth option, so it is dividing two numbers. So you can try this program on your computer. And here is an exercise program that you have to develop. So program you have to write down for calculating discounted bill amount. So the input a program will take is the total bill amount, and it will give the discount as follows. If it is greater than 500, then it is 20% discount is given. So you are supposed to take the input as bill amount, and based on the bill amount calculate the discount and subtract discount from the bill amount and display discounted price. And here I will show you the program, how it should run and what should be the input and output. And the program file is given in the form of PDF. If you face any difficulty in writing the program, you can check the code. Here is a program for calculating discounted bill amount. I will run the program and show you how the input output is expected. See, here it is asking bill amount. If I say bill amount is 1000 and the amount is greater than 500, so 20% discount is given. I will rerun the program and I will give the amount as 400, so 10% discount I will get. So discount is 40. Here you can see that the discount is 40 and the discounted amount is 360. I'll run the program once again and I will give the amount as 50. It is less than 100, so discount is 0 and the bill amount is 50 only. You should write the program which works like this, and if you are unable to do, then you can check the program that is available as PDF. And here is an exercise program that you have to develop. So program you have to write down for calculating discounted bill amount. So the input a program will take is the total bill amount, and it will give the discount as follows. If it is greater than 500, then it is 20% discount is given. So you are supposed to take the input as bill amount, and based on the bill amount calculate the discount and subtract discount from the bill amount and display discounted price. And here I will show you the program, how it should run and what should be the input and output. And the program file is given in the form of PDF. If you face any difficulty in writing the program, you can check the code. Here is a program for calculating discounted bill amount. I will run the program and show you how the input output is expected. See, here it is asking bill amount. If I say bill amount is 1000 and the amount is greater than 500, so 20% discount is given. I will rerun the program and I will give the amount as 400, so 10% discount I will get. So discount is 40. Here you can see that the discount is 40 and the discounted amount is 360. I'll run the program once again and I will give the amount as 50. It is less than 100, so discount is 0 and the bill amount is 50 only. You should write the program which works like this, and if you are unable to do, then you can check the program that is available as PDF. Here is an exercise program that you have to write. So you have to take a year and check whether it's a leap year or not. A year is a leap year if it is divisible by 4. And if it is a century year, that is, it is divisible by 100, then it should also be divisible by 400. Then only it is called as leap year. I repeat once again, if a year is divisible by 4, then it's a leap year. And if it is also divisible by 100, that is, it's a century year, then it should also be divisible by 400. So you have to write a program which will take the year as input, and based on these conditions, you have to find out whether it's a leap year or not. Here I will run the program and show you and how it should work, what should be the input and output, so you can see the program. And even the program file is given in as PDF in a resource. You can download that if you face any difficulty in writing this program. Yeah, here is the program. Let me run this program for finding whether a year is a leap year or not. I will run it. If I give the year as 2020, then it's a leap year. See, the message is 2020 is a leap year. I will rerun the program and I will say 2100, then it's not a leap year. It's a century year. It is not divisible by 100 but not divisible by 400. So you have to write the conditions for this one. So the important thing in this program is writing the conditions. So already I have explained what does it mean by leap year. So write this program, we should give the output like this. Otherwise, afterwards you can check the program file that is available as PDF. Yeah, this is the start of a new section. In this section, we'll be learning about conditional statements. We'll learn what are conditional statements, what are the ways of writing them, and we'll use them in various programs. So we'll see a lot of examples upon conditional statements. So let us start with conditional statement. What is a conditional statement? See, in daily life, we come across conditional processing at various places. For example, if you're logging on any website, then you have to give your user ID and password. If it is valid, then you are allowed to enter in, otherwise you are not allowed. So if, else. Second, one more example. If suppose there is a sale going on in any shop, then if you make a bill of some amount, let us say $1,000, then you will get discount, otherwise no discount. So if bill is more than 1,000, you will get discount, otherwise no discount. So normal billing will be done. Or if you got marks that are passing marks, that is greater than this much, then you are passed, otherwise you are failed. So like this, there are many places where we use if and else conditional statement. So the same thing in computation, we use conditional statement. So let us see how to write conditional statement in C++ and how they work. See, this is a skeleton of C++ conditional statement. If, and this is the condition. And this is block of if, flower bracket, else, block of else. If this condition given here, if it is a true, then this block will be executed. If it is a false, then this block will be executed. So depending on the result of the condition, if block is executed or else block is executed. How to write condition, we will see afterwards. Now the same thing, the flow of this one is shown here using a piece of flow chart. Right? So flow chart is here, like starting and ending point, leave it. Only the part that is dealing with if conditional statement I have shown here. This is used for checking the condition. If the condition is true, then this block of statements will be executed, then it will continue further. If the condition is false, then it will branch into this direction and it will execute this block and then continue further. So the rest of the processing is common. This is conditional. If true, this one, else that one. So this showing the flow of a control in case of if and else. So this is the syntax of conditional statement. And here writing if and then else is optional. If you want to write else, write it. Otherwise just you can write if also. Else nothing. So this is optional. Now next thing we will learn, what is this true and false? Then after that I'll show you condition. True and false. See, in C++ programming, false means 0. False means 0. And true, any other value is true. So usually we say that 1 means true. Actually, not just 1, any other number, numeric, right? Integer type, not floating point, integer type. Any other value is treated as true. Only it will check if it is 0, then false. Otherwise, true. So it means instead of 1, if I write 10, then also it is true. Minus 10, then also true. Minus 2, then also true. Whatever the number you take, it is true. So even you can write true and false like this, or also you can use 0 and 1 in C++. Now next thing we will learn how to write down this condition. Conditions are written using relational operators. Relational operators. So what are relational operators? Less than equal to, greater than equal to, equal to. So for equal to we have this symbol, double assignment symbol, right? And not, exclamation, equal to, not equal to. These are relational operators. We write conditional statements using relational operators and also logical operators. So logical operators, I will not show them now. I will cover them in another video. Now what these relational operators are? These are used for comparing the values on either side. See, for example, if I write A less than B, suppose the value of A is 10 and the value of B is 15, then what will be the result of this? A less than B. Yes, A is less than B, so it is true. So this gives the result true or false. So it gives actually true or false, means 1 or 0. It will not give any other number, it gives 1 or 0. All these operators gives the result either true or false, right? See, suppose I have A as 15 and B as 15. If I write A is equals to B, then what is the result? The result is true. And if I say A is not equal to B, then what is the result? Actually they are equal, so the result is false, means this is 1 and this is 0. If I say A is less than or equal to B, yes, it's not less but it is equal, so the result is true. So this is how it gives the result. So remember the important point, the relational operators give the result either true or false, that is 1 or 0, 0 or 1. More about this, how to use them, we will write down the example programs and we will learn more about this one. So this video was just the introduction to conditional statements. So the next video we will write on the program using this conditional statement and relational operators.